Satya Dharma Reflection on May 9, 2022. All the clinging to anything whatsoever will be purified by that which is not about disregarding, even from the disregarding itself. Without this conclusion, there is always the drowning within stillness, indifference. Walking or doing anything will be clinging to that manners, even the ordinary mind. No grasping, even non-grasping itself. Continuously, we have no other duties about attachment or detachment. It's all about the titi, opinions and meanings that are formed up regarding attachment or detachment, liberation or not, regarding yes or no. This is the formed up of opinions and meanings. This is the formed up that doesn't purify itself until it's become a fixation. All the confusion in samsara is like this. Yes, no, being, not being, okay or not. This is all about opinions and meanings. Titi is the vibhak, karmic difficulties in itself. The form up doesn't purify itself. It will turn into the garbage within samsara, leftover of trash in the samsara. The formed up doesn't purify itself. Whether it is formed up of opinions and meanings, how much it is, you have to purify it at the same time. Otherwise, you will leave it as a trash in the samsara. And it will be as such as always. Only pick up trash. Yes, no, discarding or not. And it's already worse regarding liberation or not, always emphasizing on it. The formed up itself is not even itself. It's meaningless in itself. The titi as well is not real as it is. It's just the form up. The seeing or the knowing is not real. It's the formed up, temporarily formed up. Not real, even not real in itself. Let's purify it well. This cannot be trusted. The mind cannot be trusted. Whatsoever that is regarding the mind, it cannot be trusted. Disregard is not the disregard itself. Purify right away the disregarding. Don't leave the disregarding as a trash of titi. The disregard is not itself. The disregard is not itself. No is not even know itself. No is not even know itself. So don't let no as a titi, as a trash in samsara. About yes or no. This is the dualities of meanings. Jumping back and forth, here and there. Yes and no. This is the same titi. It's just transforming itself from side to side. It's the same titi that transforms itself from certain condition, from here and there. Uninvolved is not about anything within itself. The disregarding is not about anything within itself. The disregard purifies itself simultaneously. The uninvolved also purifies itself simultaneously. With this, there will be no trash within samsara that is left over. The opinions and meanings, that is the trash of the formed up. The samut or the concoction and the formed up or the opolo is not real, it's just temporary formed up. Therefore, just purify only. Formed up that purifies itself. Clear both the tie up and the solving. There is no need to have a delusion in both tying up and solving. Purify both the tying up and the untie. The disregard is not itself. The uninvolved is not about anything within itself. Diligently purify. The Tithi has been dwelt in. The knowing, the seeing has been dwelt in and fixated, therefore is transformed into other conditions, fabricated on and on. The knower and the seer has been fabricated further and further, adding up further and further, transformed further and further. Let's purify it. Self-purification. The disregard is not itself. No is not even no itself. No purifies itself. No is not about anything within itself. No is not even no itself. What there is to be left here? No reasons, no cause and effects that is left. It will not become the path or the result. It will be aligned with Nibbana. It will not become the path or the result. The path and the result is linking with samudaya. Still creating the causes is the one that practicing. The perseverance itself is itself the cause. The perseverance doesn't purify itself. Let's give no meanings within trying or perseverance. Otherwise, it's going to be the path and the result, on and on. There is no real noble path or the path, the result of this path. People think that there is the emptiness and thinking that it is. There is still significance and meanings in it. One doesn't realize that it's not about this. Being deluded to yes and no, what is there in it? What is it that is really yes and no? This is all about samudaya. This is the one that creates cycle of becoming. Thinking that is emptiness, that it is real. That is samudaya in the thought. When you think that it is not empty, what is it that is thinking that is not empty? That is the samudaya in the thought, in the thinking. These cannot be encouraged at all that practicing, or the searching and persevering. Trying can be used as in working, in general, in living, and it's bygone in itself, but cannot be used to practice. The trash of Tithi and insight has been left as a trash. Terminologies that don't purify themselves, they are left as a trash of Tithi, using opinions and meanings to be fixated. It means that your Tithi and opinions and meanings is your refuge. Grasp that which is not about anything as something substantial. This is a burden. The five aggregates is a heavy thing. It has been transformed. Even sitting in stillness, there is clinging and drowning. So remind oneself to cut through it. That which is not about disregarding what is it within stillness or not, indifferent or not. This is significance and meanings. Let's purify the formed up itself, uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself. Disregard even from the disregard itself. The disregard is not even itself. Let's purify the formed up itself. Uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself. This will purify all that stillness, indifference, or the drowning within stillness, or ordinary emotions and indifference. It will be cut off as well. If you use the mind in a way with projection and determination, you won't listen, you won't hear this talk, this conversation. If you can hear it, just disregard only. Disregard even from the disregard itself. The disregard purifies itself. Constantly purifies the formed up itself, the reminder that purifies itself, the reminder that cuts through itself, the formed up that purifies itself. What is it? The disregard that is not related to itself, like this, uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself, without diligently purifying the conclusion itself. There will be a lot of delusion within reasons, causes and effect. So diligently purify the formed up, diligently purify the conclusion, uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself. The disregard is not even itself. We're with it. The delusive attachment within the cause and effect is a lot. Within reasons, within titi, opinions and meanings is a lot. The delusive attachments within the insight, within the wisdom is a lot. Being stuck, stagnation with the knower so much. Is crystallized, stagnated, blocked. Let's purify the formed up itself. Purify the formed up itself. Uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself. Disregard even from the disregard itself. The disregard is not about anything within itself. Diligently purify the diligence itself. This will be clear all. Whatever delusion within the reason, within the causes and the effects will be all clear. There will be no meanings within reasons, causes and effects naturally. There is no need to say that it is Nibbana. Otherwise it's going to create substantial in it. It will be restless. Naturally, it will not be about reasons, causes and effects. Let's purify the conclusion itself constantly. If it's not disregarding, there is no conclusion. There is just a delusion of the projection and determination desire, delusion, delusive attachments adding in there. Without disregarding, there's no conclusion. Let's purify the conclusion and the disregarding well. The disregard has nothing to do with itself. Disregarding is not itself. Then there will be no delusion with anything whatsoever, neither with reasons, causes and effect. There is no need to say that it is Nibbana, because everything has no meaning as it is. It's meaningless as it is. In everything, if we talk about yes and no with something, it's not even that. It will go further. Let's purify well. Don't use Tithi, opinions and meanings to grab here. Don't be obsessed to use Tithi here. Don't be obsessed to diligently giving opinions and meanings and interpretation, because it's going to be just restless and messy. Even emptiness is not itself. The emptiness is meaningless in itself. Even the emptiness is not the emptiness itself. So don't be obsessed to use Tithi with being empty or not. Otherwise, it's going to be messy. Don't be obsessed to use opinions and meanings delusively, on and on. Why is it like that? Because it's going to be more messy. To enable to truly help giving ending for samsara, don't have too many issues. Even a tiny bit is not it. To enable to help samsara truly, don't give meanings and significance to anything. To involve a tiny bit, it becomes samsara already. To truly help ending for samsara, don't be much with anything. Because even just a tiny bit to involve, it becomes samsara all by oneself already. Therefore, disregard, even from the disregard itself, without being considerate to anything. Because whatsoever is not real in itself, is not substantial in itself. The formed up is not substantial in itself, as it is. Therefore, to enable to truly help end for samsara, you have to go beyond good heart, kind heart, bad heart, beyond the mind and the heart, even the neutral mind, even the ordinary mind, beyond it. The disregard is not even itself. The disregard is not relevant to itself. This will not be even normal mind, medium mind, neutral mind, or whatever kinds of mind. If we have nothing to do with any type of mind or the heart, well with it. The disregard is not about anything within itself. Disregard even from the disregard itself. The disregard is not about anything within itself. Non-attachment is not relevant to itself. Let's make a conclusion that purifies itself. There are a lot of treasures of Tithi. Leaving only just opinions and meanings, don't purify themselves. No self-purification in the opinions and meanings. Forming up just thoughts, opinions and meanings, leaving them as trash of Tithi within samsara, full of that. There are only those who pick up treasures, grabbing only treasures. Picking up only just thoughts, opinions and meanings that is spreading all over samsara. For what? Picking up treasures to be a trash within oneself? opinions like this, meanings like that, on and on, picking up for what? To become a trash within oneself. As such, within oneself there are already a lot of trash, always creating it at any moment, every second, all day, without purifying opinions and meanings, creating, producing only just the trash of Tithi. One's own formed up, there's already a lot. Picking up furthermore from samsara, from others. This is like diligently picking up only the trash, turning into the trash all by oneself, fully in the whole samsara. The disregard is not even itself. Don't use the disregard as a tithi. Have to disregard like this, like that, in whatever ways. That is the tithi. The disregard is not even itself, non-attachment even itself. So don't be obsessed to non-attach in this way and that way, on and on. The disregard or the non-attachment is not even itself. It's meaningless in itself. Don't be obsessed to use disregarding as a tithi, circling delusively, disregarding in this way and that way, until it's full of burning. No is not even the no itself. Don't use no as a tithi. It's not like this, it's not like that. This is tithi. No is not even no itself. No is not even no itself. Purify it. Self-purification within no itself. Self-purification within the disregarding itself, then it will be the perfect essence of the enlightenment. Cut through the cutting itself. This is not to be obsessed to cut anything. Then it will be perfect, complete in itself. Otherwise, there will be quarrels full on in the whole country. The tithi doesn't purify itself, always using tithi to fight with each other, to stab each other. They are only splashing the tithi in the whole samsara, trash of tithi, splash the whole samsara, grabbing that which is not even it, even though it's not even know itself, even though it's not even the thought that it is not it itself, even the thought that it isn't it is not even itself. Constantly, not about disregarding. The disregarding is considered as cutting, but cut through itself. Disregard even from the disregard itself, then it will be the spreading and sharing of the compassion and great compassion. Naturally, it will be the emptiness itself. The disregard is not itself. The disregard is meaningless in itself. This will purify all the significance and meanings within this regarding or not. It will purify all the delusions with significance and meanings in this regarding or not.